You're probably wondering why my truck looks like a ghost and also why there's an engine in there. And to start it off, my tuner completely destroyed my phone, so there's a lot that you missed that I can't quite show you. I finally had a tuner come out to get this guy started. We have been grinding non-stop for 4 days straight to get this guy ready to start, and boy, let me tell you, she started and she was angry. Fortunately, speaking of being angry, my tuner genuinely started the engine with my phone on this belt right here. Brother, phone was sitting right here. Literally, I had my phone right there hanging out here, and he connected the battery without realizing that the key was turned over. Actually, wait a minute. You have to hold the key to the start position. His story no longer makes sense. He started the truck without realizing my phone was there, and my phone slid all the way into here and underneath this pulley and absolutely obliterated it. So meaning I wasn't able to get a single video about starting the truck. I was gonna have a whole YouTube video planned about starting this truck, getting everything ready, getting the tuner here, and a whole grind process. But my phone died, so I lost all the footage before that, and I lost all the footage of that day, and I only got 3 videos of the truck starting. But it is what it is because the tuner gave up and he didn't even really want to get this guy running, so the truck doesn't even run. If I come in here and I try to prime the fuel pump, well, nothing happens. And I can try to start it, and nothing happens. And that's because the tuner said, you know what, it's too much work, I give up, I only want to do a Holley ECU. Of course, I went and bought a $1,900 Holley Terminator X Max, you know, as anyone would do. Because my whole wiring harness that I bought for this guy, which thankfully was only a couple $100 for the swap stock wiring harness, already got completely cut up by said tuner. I'm not trying to like shame the guy or really go down on him, because my truck does have a lot of issues. But I can in fact tell you that he was not qualified to quite work on the stock computers, or at least as well as he said he was. Here's my stock fuse block. He decided to cut all of the wires out of it, and then we spent 2 hours chasing why it didn't start, only to realize that the 2 wires he cut, he ended up needing. So instead of putting back the fuse block, he just threw some crimp connectors on it and said, this is good. I told him I'm driving down to California, and he said, as long as you don't move this, it'll be fine. Along with that, he also cut up a bunch more wires, and even more wires, and then damaged a lot of the harness. So off camera, you missed about 5 hours of us back probing and trying to figure out his own issues. Then we spent 30 minutes trying to figure out why the truck wasn't starting after we put the harness back together. It was because he forgot to plug the relay in. Seriously, we spent 30 to 45 minutes chasing why it's not starting, only to realize that he didn't put the relay in. And he was honest, he at least was like, damn, that was pretty dumb of me. But you missed quite a lot. But at the same time, you didn't miss anything because the truck can only start for about 15 seconds. And then it dies. So I don't quite know what to do. And that's why the truck looks like a ghost. I'm reverting back to the only thing that I confidently know how to do, and that would be bodywork. There's one thing I've been good at ever since I was 14 years old, and that's making a truck, car, or vehicle that looks bad, look good, look better, or look freaking awesome. I really love cosmetic stuff, and it's a lot easier to me than messing with wiring. And after spending the last 9 days building this engine, wiring it, and getting it ready, since we only have 31 days of this whole build, 8 days left at the time of filming this, I was a little nervous, and I don't want to touch the engine anymore, especially after the sour taste the tuner left in my mouth. However, it was kind of funny. The truck decided to start randomly on 7 cylinders. He pulled a spark plug to check it for spark, and for some reason, it just randomly fired over, which was really weird, and I actually don't know why, and neither does he. However, it completely shot him in the face with exhaust and with oil. So let's roll that maybe 1 or 2 times. Now seriously, no disrespect to the guy, he was cool, and as you can see, my truck has a lot of issues. He just really doesn't know how to work on stock ECUs, and I'm in a little bit of a pickle because he's not really responding to my text messages, and I need this thing running. So I think we're gonna try to tune this in the next video. But that's for the next video, as I still have 8 days and I wanna focus on body work because I want this guy to look cool. So let me run you through my idea. When it comes to painting the vehicle, I really wanted this truck to be clean. This was my first idea, and oh my God, does that look good. However, I realized I'm not gonna be able to do it in time, so we're gonna do this instead on the black truck, because this isn't even the black truck, this is the blue truck, and I'm gonna swap that on Duramax, but that's all later in the world. This right now is how can I paint a truck in less than 2 days? Spray paint. And how can I make it look better later down the road? By spraying 2K clear coat over it with a gun. It doesn't matter about the paint as much as it matters with the clear coat. So here's my idea. A really baller two-tone. I really like the way these trucks look with white roofs, and I'm actually working with a snooze sponsor, and I'm super excited to show you guys. We're doing this roof, and I think that's gonna look sweet up there. So I want this guy to be white, and all the way across this body line here, up into there, and up to completely be white. Then down and below here, I want it to be blue. I really wanted it to be this like cool teal color that the rest of the truck is, but every single panel on the truck is a different blue. The bed's buddy yellow and black, and the passenger door is like a white color. This guy is a white gray blue, and this whole side is mostly black with some butter gray on it. So unfortunately, butter yellow, I mean. So unfortunately, I'm not able to keep the awesome original patina that's here. But I really love the blue, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna spray it down with the thick blue right here, which is called a safety cone blue. Why? I don't know. I've never seen a blue cone. Have you? No. But I don't wanna just go a solid color, as I think a solid color would actually look pretty cool in this guy, but that's not the style I'm going for. I wanna go a little bit more ratty-tatty with the natural patina. So we're gonna paint the whole truck, we're gonna paint it in layers and then sand through it. For example, this right here is the Miami teal that I got from Home Depot. We're gonna spray it, and then we're gonna spray the blue over the teal, and then we can sand off the blue to reveal some teal under it. Kind of like how this gray has the yellow. A natural patina, but we're faking it. I've never done something like a patina or something where I purposely go for a ratty, bad look. So to do that, this is what we got. I got 1 can of this gloss teal, as I'm only doing certain areas because most of the truck is already teal, like that guy right there, the whole door, the fenders are teal, the hood is teal here. The hood is teal, the fenders are teal, a lot of things are teal, so I'm just gonna be doing teal in places like the bed or other areas that are not already teal. And after that, we're gonna be doing the roof in a nice gloss white. I think that that contrast is gonna be really nice. And on top of the teal, we're gonna be doing this safety cone blue, which would be kind of cool. And for the areas I want a little bit darker, we have 1 can of this dark blue to kind of help blend the light blue and the safety cone blue. So we'll sand through some Miami, and we'll sand through some of this deep blue. And that's to get us across the finish line of making this guy look like a truck. Then once the challenge is over, we can do a little bit more body work, sand down some of the orange peel, and then hit it with a professional 2K clear coat out of a real gun and air compressor setup, and it honestly probably looked like a 9 out of 10. Now, with that being said, I can't assemble the front of it or get any painting done until tomorrow because I need to film a TikTok about putting the front end on and a TikTok about masking everything. And well, you guys right now are the side girlfriend, so YouTube has to wait. So with that being said, I guess we'll probably just wait until tomorrow when we can get to doing some real painting and some cool stuff. Alrighty. Well, it's the next day and I got mildly carried away. Now, I'm gonna leave the garage cracked so I can talk to you guys. Here's my whole concept. I've never done patina before, and I really wish that I could have some time lapses in this video and show you guys kind of exactly the whole process, but I don't really know if my style yet is like filling up the videos with a lot of music. So we're just kind of snapping through it right now, see how that does. Now, my whole concept behind patina is I'm going to sand through to get each color. So while I personally think the truck actually looks kind of crazy cool like this, that's awesome to me. I really think that once we cover it all in blue, and it's dry now. I think it's all the way dry everywhere. Yeah, okay. So I did this a couple hours ago. Now it's completely dry. What we're gonna do is we're gonna cover all of this in new paint, all in a different blue. It's like this blue color right here. So the entire truck is gonna get painted this blue color and be clean and crisp. Then once that's fully dry, we can grab some sandpaper and we can sand through it to reveal the teal and the dark blue. This right here is some of the coolest stuff in the world to me because it's like a turbo can without being a turbo can. I don't really want to paint too much right now without a mask on because that just hurts my lungs lately, okay? But I want to show you guys just how cool this is. You just shake it up for a couple of seconds, and then when you go to lay it down, it sprays like normal spray paint. It's relatively glossy, but it literally dries in 5 to 10 minutes. So we'll just lay it down like this. And that's a relatively thick coat. I probably should have done a tack coat first, but it is what it is. So you just kind of lay it down like this, and in a couple minutes that'll be dry. But that's the blue color I'm doing, which I don't actually think is a bad color. I actually really kind of like that color. I think that color looks pretty sweet. And then once that's fully dry, we'll sand through it to reveal the teal and the dark blue areas. And then once all of this is done and the challenge is done, I have my paint gun and will absolutely like whole professionally paint it with clear coat to kind of cover up anything. So any mistakes I have or anything we don't like, we have time to fix it once the challenge is done before we lay down a killer coat. This is Rust-Oleum and it's relatively glossy. I mean, you can already see the semi-gloss on it. That kind of looks like a patina already. You know what I'm saying? Like, patinas are never super glossy, but you can see just how glossy this stuff is. Also, I have a tarp set up on this side to kind of create my own paint booth. What's funny is I'm actually working with a company that's going to send us out a whole paint booth. And when they do that, I promise I'm going to give up spray painting. I'm going to do actual nice painting with a gun and everything. That's why I want to play with a clear coat on this, because I feel like clear coat is the hardest part. If I mess it up on a patina, no one cares. So I'm masked up, so when it comes to painting, here's the trick. You don't just do that. You get this overspray and it's not glossy. Instead, do this. Straight glass, baby! And yes, with those exact same tricks, my boy, you can have a gloss this high straight out the can. Is that perfect? No, brother. But is that glossy enough where you can see my damn reflection in it? Yeah, brother. We got some orange peel. I don't give a hell. Nah, seriously, I cannot, all jokes aside, all of this is getting sanded down right for the patina, but I actually really like this color. I am blown away by how much I like this color. It is so period correct. It is so truck, and I just cannot get over how glossy it is. Look at the gloss in that, dude. Oh my God. Anyways, now that the whole truck is dry, we can focus on the roof, because if you notice, I didn't paint that. I hope you noticed it. If not, you don't have eyes. Now we can come in here with some painter's tape and make sure to get the blue stuff using like yellow or the orange stuff on things that aren't important, like here, here, or here. That's fine, but when it comes to directly contact on the paint, you want the blue stuff or the green stuff as it's really gentle. You don't want to rip up any paint. And now this is kind of where you have to be relatively artistic or autistic, because if you kind of lay the tape at an angle, it's not going to be in the body line. So take a good amount of time and line up the tape across the body line. Well, boys, it's officially another 12 hours left. I have put left, next, past, later. That's the word, later. I put about 30 hours into painting this truck. Wow. And it looks great. Okay, so the blue is done and it's still glossy. I'll switch it to a better aspect ratio so that you can actually see the gloss. Still super glossy, super happy with that. It's actually super glossy. It looks so good. Roof is all white. It's actually completely dry. Oh, heck yeah. Okay, cool. So roof is all white. Truck is all blue. Interior is starting to look much better. Everyone was doubting how this interior looked. Now it looks a lot better. I have my little taper there. I had a slight oopsie with the painter's tape not being pressed all the way down. That kind of hurts. But all of this looking smooth. Good solid tape line. Looks good from a couple feet away. That's all I care about. Fender is painted. Front is painted. I also did the grill all white. I think that'd look kind of cool. Oopsie. This side is also all painted, but it had some cracking issues here, which I don't really care because this is all teal under here, so we're gonna sand that out anyways. So I have 31 days to finish the truck, and if I don't finish it in 31 days, I'm selling it for $1. And I have like $9,000 dumped into this truck. I don't wanna sell it for $1. So we needed to get it done, and now it looks done, right? If you're watching a TikTok video, okay, and you see this on your TikTok video, hey guys, my truck is officially done. That looks done. Then maybe when you come up to here and you go, what's that? What's that? What's that? What's with the crack and Bondo? See, you're gonna see it. But when you're back here, my truck is done, guys. Come into here, hop into it, take the key, turn the key over, go. I drive it out of the garage, it's done. It doesn't even have a freaking drive shaft in it, but that doesn't matter because I'll just push it out of the garage as it's idling. See, we'll give it a little gas. It's camera magic. They don't care about that. No one really cares about this being done in 31 days. It was more of a hook to keep people there. But I made a promise with myself that we would build a truck in 31 days, and I said it on camera, and I don't lie to you guys. So we had to get it running and driving and ready and looking like a truck in My pressure washer just fell into the truck. But anyways, we had to get it running and driving in 31 days, and part of that is being done and looking good. So now that it's looking good, here's my idea. We're gonna finish it up with this. We're gonna finish this guy, and we're gonna keep it clean for the next, well, like 6 days until the challenge is over. But I still have a lot of body work to do. Like this hole right here leads to nothing, okay? We have to get a piece of metal and weld in a patch here, Bondo, bodywork. My fenders are still really rusty, and there's so many issues ever. Cracking Bondo, all the scratching and damage in here. So we need a lot of work. Now, when I go to do all of this, we're gonna have to sand it off anyway. So I don't wanna clear coat the whole thing because then I lose so much money. But instead of clear coating it, what we can do is we can leave it with the semi-gloss because Rust-Oleum has a good semi-gloss. I mean, that looks good. We can scratch through the patina in some areas where the paint is kind of funky. Then we can leave it semi-gloss and it will be good enough for the challenge. If you saw this rolling down the street, okay, yeah, that thing, that's cool. That's a cool truck. But the roof isn't really spray painted. I just did one super bad coat, just so it has color on camera. But because we're wrapping the roof in a lowrider style, where'd my dog go? Oh, there he is. Okay, cool. I was like, ooh, what the hell? I did the hood. I do still need to paint the hood, but I needed to sand it. And every time I get to it, it's too late and I don't want to make noise for the neighbors. But this guy and this body line here, they're gonna be the same blue as the whole roof design. So that way, when the hood is sanded through, I'll do the patina on the V's. And it'll make it look really cool, and it'll match the roof, or at least that's my goal. You think I left? Where'd you leave me, Dad? Where'd you leave me, Dad? Where'd you leave me? So with that being said, I'm gonna call this a successful video, as the truck is one solid color. Would you call this a success? He goes, yeah. Oh, you? I'm playing. Anyway, so I would call this a successful video as a truck is completely painted. So with that being said, thank you for watching. This is a real military tarp hanging in the background, and I kind of feel like it looks like I'm about to cut someone's kidney out. I feel like this is like a makeshift medical bay. But anyways, hit the like and follow, subscribe, all the interaction buttons, as the more you interact on the video, the more I get paid, the more I get to make videos, and the cooler videos we get to go. Someday, we're not gonna spray paint a truck, we're gonna have a bigger shop, we're gonna be able to absolutely professionally paint something, and we're gonna get better and cooler builds for me and for you to watch. So if you truly made it to the end of the video, you're an absolute legend for watching this far and watching me spray paint a truck and all the weird processes that I'm gonna do. I can't wait to show you guys how to patina this, but we do need to let it dry for like 7 days, and I need to post once a week on YouTube because that's my pinky promise that I made to you guys. So thanks for watching, and I love you.